Non-Americans of Reddit, what is the craziest rumor you heard about America that turned out to be true? Surfer dudes actually speak like that. Californians speak like that too. So apparently yellow school buses are actually a thing in America. I honestly thought it was just a cartoon thing, but nope. I'm from Quebec, and when we went down to Boston for a school trip, I sneezed in public and heard 2 or 3 people say bless you. Quite a weird rumor I had heard not 2 months prior to that. I thought it was nice. I really want to check something. In the movie series, schools have a frick ton of extracurricular activities and clubs. Basketball, football, swimming, cheerleaders, chess, and a lot of more. How true is that? Also, how serious are those games between schools? My best friend is a teacher and runs a Pokemon card game after school club, Poké Club or something. He actually gets stipends from the school to run it, so he gets paid to play Pokemon after school. It's also the most popular club in the school, with a waiting list to get in. That people actually get attacked by alligators which got in their pools, specifically referring to Florida here. There are boa constrictors in Florida, as well. I'm still not 100% sure is true, so hopefully can confirm. Boy is pronounced buoy. Yup, it's buoy. Booked on phonics doesn't work with a lot of maritime terms, like leeward is pronounced leeward and bosun is pronounced bosun. That Dolly Parton has her own theme park in Tennessee. I thought it was a joke. That woman is a son. She has a book program for children where, once they are born, they will receive a free children's book once a month until they turn 5. That is amazing. I always thought that the Olive Garden in The Simpsons was just code for generic restaurant. I studied in Maryland for about half a year back in 2017. I'd always heard that Americans are like super good at pie. I was pretty much all alone during Thanksgiving since everyone else was with their families. One of the Ras I'd befriended knocked on my door and brought me all different kinds of pie. Dear Lord, I've never tasted anything that delicious. From blueberry to apple to pumpkin. Every single pie. They were all amazing. All the food is bigger. Free refills. I actually don't properly know if this is true, but you also have like a whole aisle in your supermarkets dedicated to just the hundreds of cereals you have. Mostly true. It's cereal and other breakfast items, like granola and oatmeal, but mostly cereal. I'm from Australia, and all my life I believed red Solo cups were like 555 area codes, a Hollywood prop. When I immigrated to the US, my mill was making dinner and offered me iced tea in a red Solo cup. I lost it, made everyone sign the cup. I've still got it. Masked people come to your house, knock on your door asking for candy. Mostly it's just packs of kids, but sometimes whole families. This was my friend's Halloween culture shock. It's a ton of fun to hang out next to the walkway in a costume, pretending to be one of the decorations, and scare people as they walk past you. Sports bars are actually exactly how they're portrayed on TV. Just much less attractive people. Drink sizes. Holy crap. When my family visited in 2017, we landed in Texas for a stopover. First thing I saw in the shops part of the terminal was a dude who was drinking from what looked like an actual freaking bucket. Here in NZ our large drinks would be considered an American small or maybe medium. Texas is known for basically having double sizes of anything from any other states. Biscuits and gravy is a legit thing. Also, you can ride motorcycles without helmets in some states, and your iced tea isn't sweetened unless you ask for sweet. A good sausage gravy with sage and black pepper, with some good flaky biscuits, is one of the best southern comfort foods, along with a cup of strong sweet iced tea. $2 bills. Crazy hospitable, turned out to be true. Talkative, turned out to be true as well. American state and national parks are some of the most beautiful places on earth. All parks could use more funding, but American parks are well staffed and maintained. There's real pride. I love our national and state park systems. One of my state parks recently got a herd of bison which I haven't seen in the wild since my trip to Yellowstone. The week I graduate I'm going to go see them and relax in nature. The minimal amount of paid days off you get from work. A friend of mine from Wisconsin was very proud he got 20 days off per year. If someone in Germany would offer me only 20 days, I would laugh at him and leave. I get like 14 max and I have to accrue them. As an American, I think you could also ask this question to Americans, cause there are some weird ass states, man. Dry counties, cities where places aren't allowed to be open on Sunday or there are only certain hours on Sundays, not being able to pump your own gas. Americans are nice and will stop to talk to strangers. Canadian here living in Alberta, to anyone who has never been, you will be blown away by the general Americans' generosity of their time, knowledge and helpfulness. I have done a few summers of road trips from Calgary. One time I went to as far east as Ohio, Tennessee, as far south as New Orleans and Dallas, went through the flatlands and rode up the Rockies the rest of the way home. I have visited almost all the landlocked states, 5 more to go, and 4 along the Gulf states, all by car. I have been through a lot of big American cities and a lot of tiny towns. All of you, north to south, make Canadians look like bloody savages. I expected something worse, probably because of television and the internet. I ended up leaving your country after the first time I visited, blown away and with a newfound very real love for my southern neighbors. Been 5 times on multi-week trips. Will spend time and money there again. 10/10. I've had several German friends who were amazed that at house parties everyone actually does drink out of red solo cups. They thought that was just a weird thing people did in movies and now they think it is a huge conspiracy or something. So student loans. How does it work in USA? In the UK, when you go to university, you take out a student loan, and after uni, when you earn a certain amount per year, a percentage above that threshold goes towards paying it back. However, if you don't earn that much, IDK how much, maybe 20-25k per year, then you pay nothing. Then after a while, if you haven't paid it back, 30 years, maybe 40, then it just disappears and you don't have to pay it. In America, do you have to pay regardless of income? Is there a time limit after which debt expires and disappears? That you can identify Texans with the simple phrase "the stars at night are big and bright." Parents were from the USSR. They were freaking shocked on how nice you Americans are. They said that you're a weird type of nice, but nice regardless. It didn't even matter they were from the USSR, moved to the States post-collapse. You Americans seem to accept them anyway. That Hawaiians really like spam. Yeah, and there's a perfectly good reason for it too. After Pearl Harbor, the effects of World War II started in the US and rationing became a thing. Well, it turns out that it's kind of hard to get fresh rations to an island that imports a lot. So, for meat, they had to make do with spam. Human ingenuity prevails and dishes were made, and that's how Hawaii learned to love spam. The honking. I thought it was a movie stereotype, and then I went to New York. It's rare outside of big cities, Imo. Before I moved to America, I heard about dishwashers. That crap sounded too good to be true. Well, imagine my surprise. That was me with lawnmowers. People where I was used shears and scythes. Lawnmowers were magical to me. That American kids eat straight sugar. Walked onto the playground and saw kids chugging these long thin sticks. I try and it was just colored sugar, lol. Called them pixie sticks. Oh boy, wait till you find out about Fun Dips. You have a hard candy stick. So, all sugar, that you lick and then dip into colored sugar to make it stick to the sugar stick. Then you lick the sugar powder off the sugar stick. After you finish all the powder, you eat the stick. The Take Me Out to the Ball Game song that's apparently sung at baseball games. Still not entirely sure that guy wasn't taking the pee out of me. Yep, it's a thing at the 7th inning stretch. Not everyone sings it, but they play it on the PA. You can see into the public toilet cubicles. Female here. I've been in bathrooms where the gap between the stall and door is so big I felt the need to cover it with my purse just to get some privacy. The absolute worst is when some mother brings her grubby-handed son on the bathroom and you see a freaking 8-year-old's eye staring at you from the other side of the door. Not really crazy, but I just learned you guys have like outdoor sirens that get tested somewhat frequently. I've only heard those noises in video games and movies until my friend sent me a clip, because I had no idea it actually happened. In the Midwest they're for tornadoes. 2017 in Athens, Georgia. I passed out at work and was fine, but my boss had already called an ambulance and insisted I get checked out. A less than 2-mile ambulance ride cost me $950 with insurance. I was only dehydrated. My friend has seizures. Everyone knows how to handle them. One day he was with a girl who didn't know about them and she called the ambulance. He doesn't have insurance and they did a full round of tests. He's since had to get a third job and he's still paying off the visit. They have milk in gallon cartons. When I visited America, I went to a supermarket for some breakfast stuff, cereal and milk. All they had was milk in gallons. Who could possibly have that much milk? I asked for a smaller carton and the lady who worked there just laughed at me and made a remark about don't we like milk in England. Many supermarkets have half gallons and quarter gallons. But honestly, I'm surprised that's an issue. I live alone and go through a gallon of milk in just a few days. Free soft drink refills in restaurants, like WTH. Before I came to the States, as we called it, I lived in Germany. The area I lived in had no fireflies, so when I got to the States I did not believe my eyes, as I finally saw fireflies light up the world as I fell asleep. I also thought that New York City was a popular fictional city. I didn't believe it actually existed. At the time it seemed too large and extraordinary to possibly exist. That there are many libraries of all kinds in the United States. That they are able to drink from the sink. I tried that and spit the water. It tastes like crap in my country, but when I went to America it tasted great. People at Walmart. One of the nicest people in one of the towns I lived in is pictured on People at Walmart. He's known as Willie the Pimp, or just Mr. Willie. Older gentleman, just likes to dress flashy because it makes people smile to see beautiful things. Before he got too old to drive, you could spot his car by the flower arrangements he attached on the side of the front bumper. How much people smoke weed? UK here. As a Brit living in America, the amount of pharmaceutical commercials on TV is creepy. Smiling person living life to the fullest. Narrator. Side effects include anal bleeding, gigantism, lupus, skin shedding, and death. Ask your doctor about products today. That public transport is almost non-existent in many smaller towns, which makes it a necessity for teens to have their own cars. 100%. So if you want a job when you're 16, you better live walking distance to your job or have your parents get you a used car of sorts. The SAT exam being multiple choice. Multiple choice exams in general. That you can get into university just by being good at sports, like WTF. This is Pajama Doggo. He can only rest if you type sleep well doggo, sleep well doggo. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.